figure it out. I'm on the toilet. That's a famous joke that my wife and I have when she was calling home one time when I was a stay-at-home dad, and she was waxing poetic about how fun it must be to be a stay-at-home parent, and I was in the bathroom with a 4-year-old and a 2-year-old sticking their hands under the door trying to say, hey, hey, hey. So I yelled into the phone and figured out I'm on the toilet. And she was like, sorry, bad timing. The Girl Who Figured It Out. This book reminds me of that in the best of all possible ways. It's the inspiring true story of wheelchair athlete Mindy Dentler becoming an Ironman world champion. It's from Minda Dentler, not Mindy. She was with Mork, I think. Great show from the 70s. Pictures are by Stephanie Dinahan. And what makes the book work is that it's not a pity story. I mean, wheelchair athlete, it could have gone so many different ways, but Minda started out her life in the slums of India. She had polio, where her legs didn't work, and this is great because this is an example of illustrated books that teach a lot without being preachy or saying you should know this, because honestly, as an adult, I had forgotten what polio does, but polio, very simply put, impacts the lower part of your body to where your legs may not work as well as they should have, if they work at all. I'm not a doctor, that's just the way I perceive it to be. So Minda's parents back in India put her up for adoption. A couple in America adopted her. And when she got here, her adopted dad, he was like, figure it out. When she was like, hey, it's kind of tough. I can't get up and down these stairs. I can't get in my wheelchair. He kept saying, figure it out. Because I say that to my students too. Figure it out. I can't do this. Figure it out. You're in middle school. You can rip pages out of a page, can't you? I'm not going to write this for you. I'm not going to chew your food. And that's the same kind of mentality that her dad had. In the loving, most possible of all senses, the girl who figured it out. Because every time she got frustrated, every time she got frustrated, she was like, oh, it's too hard. Her dad was like, figure it out. Figure it out. So she grew through a high school, middle school, all that stuff. Got great grades. Traveled the world when she was a young adult. She moved to New York City, where she was like, hey, I mean, she was moving around on her crutches pretty well, but she saw the world of wheelchair racing. She was like, this is cool, what's this? So she started meeting up with some wheelchair racers. And then she was like, well, heck, if I could do this, I may as well wheelchair race and then do a triathlon. Like, sweet. And she kept doing all this. And long story short, she was the first Iron Man World Championship in the wheelchair category. I believe I'm saying that correctly. If not, I'm totally shooting from the hip. But the book is great because it could have gone so many different ways, but it's not preachy. It's fun to look at, and it's inspiring because you read it and you're like, wow, this chick rocks. She's like, I mean, she has so many great qualities going for her that every time things could have gotten her down, and righteously so, because it was a tough road to go, man. She was like, okay, I'm going to figure it out. Her dad said, figure it out. She's going to figure it out. Beautiful book. The Girl Who Figured It Out. It's inspiring, it's athletic. It's one of those illustrated books that's going to be great for those young readers, like Storytime, pre-K, all the way through those upper elementary school kids who think they know everything, but they don't, because it's going to give them a glimpse into a world that they don't know, and it'll look at things from the other side of the fence. Hopefully for the better when they think, life is so hard, I can't do this. Great book. The Girl Who Figured It Out by Minda Dentler.